Judgment Day and the death of Rochester native and prison inmate Robert Brooks.
As to count one, murder in the second degree, what is the jury's verdict?
One former corrections officer convicted of murder, 2 others acquitted.
I can't say I was shocked. My reaction was one of disgust, I think is what I would say.
Very appreciative of how the jury was and how they actually took their time to do their job and everything like that. I do want to show my remorse for the family. What happened to them was not something that a family should go through.
This is a tragedy. However, Mr. Kieffer did not participate in Mr. Brooks's death.
Tonight, breaking down the split verdict in a case that captivated the state and the nation.
I have zero regrets about the prosecution's case. There's a single thing I could have presented to that jury to make them, to make it more clear about the involvement of the 2 defendants. They disagreed, and that's life.
Brooks' death generating outrage and a plea for justice since day one. A former corrections officer, now a convicted killer. Good afternoon. I'm Karen Edwards.
And I'm Lowell Rose. Matt is off. 2 other former officers acquitted.
David Kingsley, convicted of murder and manslaughter. Nicholas Kieffer and Matthew Galliher found not guilty on all charges.
Robert Brooks was serving a 12-year sentence for assault when he was beaten last December and died the next day.
The assault captured on body camera video sparking national outrage. 10 former corrections officers in all were charged in Brooks' death. 6 of them have taken plea deals. A lot of reaction coming in about today's verdict.
But we begin with 13 WHAM's Natalie Calzatoni. Natalie?
You could hear spectators in the gallery of the Oneida County courtroom let out gasps as the jury handed down a mixed verdict in this case.
Ms. Foreperson, has the jury agreed upon a verdict in the case?
A split verdict handed down Monday in the case of 3 former Marcy Corrections officers accused in the fatal beating of 43-year-old Robert Brooks, an inmate from Greece.
What is the jury's verdict? Guilty.
After days of deliberations, a jury found David Kingsley guilty of murder and manslaughter while acquitting Matthew Galliher and Nicholas Kieffer.
I'm very appreciative of how the jury was and how they actually took their time to do their job and everything like that. I do want to show my remorse for the family. What happened to them was not something that a family should go through.
Brooks's family released a statement saying, in part, the jury made the right decision finding Kingsley guilty, and while it was hard to see Galliher and Kieffer be given a pass, it highlights the need for systemic change. A supporter of Brooks upset with the mixed verdict.
I mean, we saw over 10 people stand around while somebody was brutally murdered. Everybody saw what happened, and it's really disgusting that this is what we call justice.
During the trial, Special Prosecutor William Fitzpatrick called 12 witnesses and told the jury the 3 former officers were a gang.
2 gentlemen that were acquitted. I felt differently, but I respect the jury's verdict. And now we'll see what the United States Attorney does with them. When this case started, I knew a lot of people thought that this would be resolved by a bunch of resignations and official misconducts and probations, and it didn't turn out that way.
The judge revoked Kingsley's bail, and he was seen taken out of the courtroom in handcuffs. Galliher's attorney says his client went straight home to family following the acquittal.
Matthew Galliher is a man of integrity. He should never have been put through this ordeal. Docs owes him an apology for putting him in this situation, for failing to train, supervise, and provide leadership in that organization.
Kingsley faces 25 years to life in prison when he is sentenced in December. Michael Fisher is the one remaining defendant in this case. He's scheduled to go to trial in January for manslaughter. Lowell.
Thank you, Natalie. And today's verdict generating a wave of reactions from across the state.
That includes the State Department of Corrections. The department saying in part that it, quote, acknowledges the profound impact this case has had on the community, incarcerated individuals, their families, and our dedicated staff. We fully respect the judicial process. The actions of the former employees involved do not reflect the core values of DOCS, and we will continue to work tirelessly with our stakeholders to rebuild trust and enhance safety across all our facilities.
And the Center for Community Alternatives says it stands with Robert Brooks' family and says there is no justice in this verdict and no justice in this trial. The center is calling on election leaders to pass the Second Look Act and Earn Time Act.
And Governor Kathy Hochul also responding, saying she's disappointed by the acquittals but respects the jury's decision. Hochul says what happened to Brooks is unconscionable, and these verdicts serve as another sobering reminder of the needless losses. The governor saying she's committed to ensuring New York State's correctional facilities are safe for all who enter.
And again, former correction officers David Kingsley convicted of murder and manslaughter in last year's death of Rochester native and inmate Robert Brooks. Kingsley now faces up to 25 years to life in prison when he's sentenced in December. Two other former officers, Nicholas Kieffer and Matthew Galliher, acquitted on all counts. We have more coverage on the verdict on 13wham.com.